Hello and welcome to Crypto Capital. My name is Roshan and today we'll be talking about a unique exchange coin which I think you probably have heard about and you probably have seen a lot of hype behind this coin on Twitter, or if you're a crypto enthusiast, probably using this exchange as well. So before I go further in my video, if you guys enjoy my previous videos, please don't forget to click on subscribe. Also click on the notification buttons, and that way you're notified every time making a new video, and you can stay on top of things we cover in this channel as well. So let's go and dig deep into it. So before we go into the project itself, let's start from how this project came out and where and who started this idea. So the company behind this project is called Kronos Research. They're one of the original liquidity provider companies where they have been providing deep liquidity to big exchange platforms along with new startups or new exchanges, so they can rely on this liquidity for their users or customers to actually trade within their platform. They also have been providing a bunch of different resources to these big exchanges, including dark pool options and some other deep liquidity resources, so these exchanges can run smoothly and actually have a deep liquidity. So in that way, if someone is trying to buy a lot of amount of Bitcoin or some other exchange or any other cryptocurrency, then it doesn't fluctuate the price in that exchange to the extent where people don't want to trade in that exchange anymore. So after doing that for several years and after providing billions of dollars of worth of liquidity to these big exchanges, including Binance, FTX, and some of the other ones, they decided to launch their own exchange, and that exchange is called VOO platform. So what is VOO? VOO.org is the original website, which is basically the exchange network which has different use cases built within the network itself. The first and foremost and the biggest feature they provide is the exchange feature, where you can go and trade on their platform while getting a deep liquidity. But what makes them unique and better than what are the other exchanges available out there is their zero trading fee feature. So let me show you guys how you can actually use the platform. They have built a very friendly, user-friendly interface where you can choose the standard option or the advanced or customized template where you can build your own view of how you want to use this exchange. So let's say if you click on the standard platform, which is what I would use if I'm a beginner, then you can just go and trade normally like you would do in any other exchange and actually buy and sell Bitcoin. What does make them super unique is the amount of money you would save while using the platform versus other platforms. For example, let me show you how will that look like. Let's see if you want to buy $2 million worth of Bitcoin. Calculate. So if you would want to buy $2 million worth of Bitcoin, if you use other exchanges, you will get $857 less worth Bitcoin for the same amount, and you'll spend about $2,666 and more in fees. One thing to know and understand about this exchange is they're very new versus a big established platforms and exchanges. However, because they've already provided liquidity to some of the biggest exchanges in the world, crypto exchanges, they already have a huge network and connections built where they're competing against these platforms, they're also providing resources to these big platforms, where these big platforms have no incentive to go against VOO and instead promote VOO indirectly or directly if they want to as well. And that's the reason, if you guys didn't notice, recently Binance awarded VOO as one of the best or fastest growing interfaces in their chain itself as well. And this was very recent, I think a few days ago. The last time I tried this, if you look at the small, less liquid assets like Dogecoin or Binance Cash, there's no means I support these coins, but just for the interface or just for the reference, then you would save average about $15,000 to $16,000 while using the exchange compared to other exchanges. And that's a huge number if you're trading with a lot more amount, and if you're an institutional investor, if you're trying to trade a big amount without fluctuating or getting caught. Now there you go, now you can see it. So if you were to buy $2 million worth of BCH, you would get $42,000 more worth of BCH by using VOO platform, and you'll save about $2,666 in fees. So those are the main big reasons they have been in the hype recently. Along with that, they have access to deep liquidity, which means in future, once people start transitioning to VOO exchange, they'll be able to get exchanges rates for a lot more cheaper without spending a lot more money in future fees. Now, the second big feature I think Woo platform has right now. So they're wanting to launch social trading platform where in that way you can share your trades publicly and other people can follow your trades and choose to decide what they want to do with these trades, which is also a great feature for exchanges right now, especially with all these influencers on Twitter and YouTube talking about the cryptos they really like and they want to talk about. So they're also, let's compare them to where FTX is one of the biggest exchanges right now, but it is also a very new exchange which didn't used to be that big back in the day, right? If you guys don't know FTX exchange, then I guess maybe you're not that much involved in crypto right now, but you'll probably hear about this token as they have been funding and I guess lobbying with a bunch of the government policies to get crypto more accessible to the common person. Along with that, they have been sponsoring big stadiums in sports world, in NFL, in basketball, in cricket, to get their name out there and also keeping the crypto reputation in the world. So let's look at the FTX chart. FTX used to be worth only $1 to a couple dollars until October, I would say even November, and then it had a sudden spike from October back till May, from a couple dollars, from $3-4 to all the way to $60, about 20-30x gain in a matter of few months. Let's compare their volume. All right, so right now, of course, FTX has a huge volume of about $14 billion a day. But back in October, November, they only used to trade about $500 to $800 million, which is exactly where Woo's trading right now. So if you go to their Woo exchange platform itself, I think today their average volume was $850 million in a day, which is huge. But again, compared to these big exchanges, not that much. So back then, FTX was only trading with that much volume, and suddenly their spike volume increased after they launched a bunch more features. People started talking more about it, and people started liking the interface. It went from $800 million all the way to a couple billion and all the way to 10 billion. And if you observe this chart from right here, from October to January, they all almost spiked their volume by 3 or 4 times of the trading volume. And their token price went from all the way from a couple dollars to $20, $30 in a matter of a month or 2 months. That's a 10-15x gain of the token exchange price within a few months. Now, this is what I think why Woo could be one of the best bets in exchange tokens right now. Not only they have a huge experience in providing deep liquidity, they also are one of the favorite exchange platforms for big institutional spenders who are not doing leverage trading because of the cheap or lower fees and having deep liquidity. Now, they also are expected to launch futures on their platform in a few months, which is also a good reason of why this can explode and this could be catalyst for next big growth. If you compare, for example, FTX futures volume is about $14 billion today, whereas the spot volume of FTX is only $2.8 billion. So 80%, 85% of the volume is coming from futures, and once Woo is able to provide this in near future, that can skyrocket the volume of trading, and which can skyrocket the price of the coin itself. One more last thing, which something someone has observed on crypto Twitter, is Woo is right now covering about $800 million, which is where their token value should be worth as well. Now, let's say we go into this future bull run in the next 2 months and the total market volume goes about $2 trillion. Since Woo is trying to capture a big share of this, and let's say even if they capture only 5%, that could be $90 billion. If they're able to capture $90 billion, which is where I think Binance covers a little bit more than that, then they can come up to Binance coin's price, which is right now Binance or BNB coin, let's see, is right now market capped at, they're worth $80 billion. I'm not saying this is going to be easy, and I'm not saying this is going to happen next few months, but that's a potential we can reach to if this bull run does go crazy, where crypto start exploding and the volume goes insane and the retail investors are entering in this market because they will bet on something which they think has the most potential. So that means we can see 100x, 105x return on Woo coin. I don't see that happening in near future, by the way, but I think that could happen next 4 to 5 years. My short-term bet on Woo is I do think it's going to be one of the best exchange platforms out there, and I do see it competing with some of the biggest ones like FTX and Binance once they're able to launch their future platform and once they're able to capture the audience which trades on other platforms for futures. moving to Wu and they're able to save that fees, I don't see why Wu would not be one of the strong projects out there and why it would not go to the craziest amount we have seen from all these other tokens. Last thing I would like to mention, if you guys don't remember, if you guys were not there in 2017, good thing to remember is 2017, all the exchange tokens exploded like crazy. Binance went from all the way from 11 cents to all the way to $18 in 2017. That was almost a gain of 100x, $1, yeah, about 100x. And that's something which we can see, which you can probably see in Wu as well in the next few months. Well, that's all we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you guys did, please don't forget to click on like button, leave in the comment below what you guys would like me to cover next. Also, it's not a bad time to buy Wu. It has been going crazy, but I think it can make a run like spell in the next few months. Thank you so much for watching and you have a great rest of your day. Bye.